What's up, YouTube? It is an early spring morning, and I'm going in today for my 24-hour impedance acid study, acid test for stomach acid. Basically, they're going to put a probe through my nose into my stomach, and it's going to come out of my nose, around my ear, probably this side. And I'm going to have to wear that for 24 hours. Go out and live my life, do normal stuff, and then come back to the hospital. So I'm just documenting my experience with that. So if anyone else has this procedure coming up, I'm mainly going to focus on how it feels and just what to expect. So right now it's about 4:30. I got a 3-hour drive ahead of me to the nearest major city, and then we're going to see you guys when we're there. Okay, so we got the catheter in here. I got this little computer doodad here that's hooked up to, and I'm supposed to press these buttons on the top here whenever I eat, and I'm allowed to drink water whenever, but no carbonated drinks, which kind of sucks because I can't have an NA beer. That's too bad. But I'm allowed to eat whatever. They say eat greasy food, go for it. So all right, so sorry about that. We got interrupted. We're here on the streets. So I got this thing that I push for symptoms, laying down, and food. And we don't use this one. So the whole procedure, the upper endoscopy, they basically just, they hook a bunch of stuff up to you, like heart rate monitor, blood pressure, all that kind of stuff, IV. And then they push some stuff in the IV. And they're like, you're gonna feel some, you're gonna start feeling it. No backwards from 10. They just say, oh, you're gonna start feeling it. And it's very similar when it first kicks into salvia. If any of you guys ever done salvia, everything vibrates really heavy, and then you're just out. And then, unfortunately for me, when I first came to, they have 2 tubes going down the same nose. One's for the manometry, and that part sucks, right? Because you're gonna wake up. My nose was so plugged because I have allergies. I wanted to blow my nose so bad, and I was still out of it. Apparently, I was like fighting them a little bit, which is like not ideal. But that's how it goes, I guess. Some people, they said just do that. So it wasn't too bad though, it sounds like. But then you just have to sit there with this crazy thick catheter in your throat, and it scratches your throat. It really hurt, actually. It wasn't the worst thing I ever dealt with in my life, but it was up there. It was very uncomfortable. If you swallow a bunch of water, it's not too long. It's maybe, 15 minutes. And then they discharged me, got dressed. Now I have this in my nose. How this feels, because all these videos I looked at on this didn't really describe how it felt. So how it feels is basically, it just you feel a tug in your throat, and from your nose to like right here in your throat. Whenever you swallow something or drink water, it's like a lot of people say it's doable. You definitely are going to feel it. At least for me, right now, I'm feeling it constantly, right here, mainly. Not so much in my nose, not so much below, but like right here, you're going to feel a tug. It's going to feel weird. But we'll keep you up to date. We just ordered some lunch, so I'm going to get back to that. But you ordered a big greasy burger, so we'll see how eating goes with this. I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so we went to a restaurant, and we ate some lunch, me and my wife. And eating with this thing in is weird as hell. It's not satisfying. You don't feel the food go down your throat. You kind of do, but like the probe is in the way, and it just feels weird and a little painful. Not terrible, but it's not fun, dude. It's not fun. Some people were saying like, oh, you hardly notice it's there. No, you notice it 24/7, the whole day. But it's really not that bad. I'm feeling a little more on my nose now. Sneezing is oddly enough not one of the things that feels weird. You'd think it would feel really weird, but sneezing is one of the most normal feeling things. Breathing is fine. What's really, really weird is when you like breathe in sometimes, or when your nostrils flare a little bit. I can't really do it on command, but it like pulls in and like goes out. It's really weird. It's like the tube is like, and it pretty much is doing it right now. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you, it sucks. But I'm glad I only have to do this once. All right, well, I've had it in for about 5 or 6 hours now. It doesn't really get easier. You're constantly aware it's there. Swallowing still feels weird. A lot of like nasal drip, but it's allergy season anyway, so who knows? Probably not more than normal, but definitely challenging to blow your nose with this thing in. You still notice it every time you swallow. Sometimes you can feel it tugging, you know, just in your throat, and it's not very comfortable at all. But you know, it's not like you can do it. Like if you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do it, like you can do it. It's not going to be like a good fun day, but like, you know, you get out of the way so you have better days in the future. Because for me, my acid is, you know, it really gets in the way of me having like I have to consider my acid. Like, oh, you know, I wish I'd go out and drink with the buddies tonight, but I can't because I know it's going to wreck me because I'm having a flare up right now. You know, or like, oh, I can't eat this food, or I can't eat, you know, as much of it at some event because of whatever reason, like, you know. So, definitely feel it, still mainly right here, right in the back of my throat directly, a little bit down here, and definitely right here. I've noticed now when I'm sitting down or getting up, I kind of like readjust, and I can feel it just moving, and it's not fun, but it's just, you know, it feels like what it is. It feels like you have a little piece of plastic inside of your nose and your throat and in your esophagus. So what you can imagine is probably how it is. It is a little scratchier than I would have guessed, considering it's just, I know it's not like damaging anything, like it's just a smooth piece of plastic. But it's definitely not fun to deal with. So I think I've said that about 15 times now. So I'd classify it as not fun. But tonight we're gonna go to dinner, and I'm gonna get some spicy, greasy food again, just like at lunch. And I've already had, on this little meter, it shows you some numbers here. And this one right here, let me flip it around so you can see that. The one right there that says Prox pH is your, it's the proximal, or basically it's your upper esophagus. And the one that says Dist pH is your distal. And so mine's 1.4 right now, which it's been that way for a couple hours since lunch for sure. And I think like 1 is stomach acid, or maybe, yeah, 1 is stomach acid and 0 is battery acid. So it's definitely, I definitely have stomach acid right above my or right above my stomach valve all the time, pretty much, as I've learned. But then every now and again, I just feel this wave of heartburn. And I look down and you know, the Prox pH goes to like close to 2, 1.7, 2.5, whatever. So, you know, it's probably a good indicator that I do have acid reflux, which is the whole point of the test. Kind of wish they could just say, oh, cool, you're good, we determined it, but I gotta wait the whole day. So I think I will be able to sleep, but I'll probably leave it there unless anything else comes up tonight out of the ordinary. You can just expect just the standard uncomfortableness. But otherwise, we'll see in the morning. Oh, and one tip, if I could give a tip to anyone that's going to have this done, I would have a good book, maybe a movie series if you want to binge Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. Do something if you can plan to like just have something to take your mind off of stuff. I was sitting there watching something for a little while, and it did help. You know, every time you swallow or do whatever, right, you're going to notice it, but just in moment to moment, just when you're sitting there, it does help for sure. So yeah, unless anything else changes, probably just going to be kind of sort of the same. And then otherwise we'll see you tomorrow before we get this thing out. All right, I get this thing out in about half an hour, and eating last night, dinner, for some reason was way worse than lunch. It sucked. Feels like you don't even swallow anything and it hurts. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. It just sucks, but hopefully next time you see me, I won't have this thing in my nose.
And then
Okay.
I'll have you also blow your nose after, and I'll take it out, okay?
Okay.
Deep breath in.
So blow my nose while you're doing it?
Yeah, so I'll have you take a deep breath in,
Okay.
and then blow your nose. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Oh. Thank you.
It's like,
All right, so as you can see, that was weird as hell. And it feels, how do I describe how it feels? It feels like what she said is like a long booger. It's kind of like that. It's nothing like that really. But I do feel instantly so much better. My throat's still a little sore, so I'm hoping that goes away in a couple hours, maybe a day. We'll see. But I looked up the instructions and they said you're not required to. There's no restrictions on what you can eat or drink or whatever. So I'm just good to go now. But yeah, in conclusion, it sucked. Sleeping was fine. Eating sucked. But we're all right. So best of luck to anyone out there getting this procedure.